All right, everybody, welcome back to our CGDQ 10th anniversary special, where we had some awesome NES games, but now it's time for a little detour. We're starting off our Disney SNES block now, so we're getting into Aladdin. It's always a classic, and we're gonna have JoeDamillio who's gonna be running it, and joined by him is Julian on commentary. So welcome.
Thanks a lot, Dogman. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. So we are going to be starting the SNES block with Disney's Aladdin. Here in the run, it's going to be Joe D'Amelio. So, Joe, whenever you're ready, sir.
All right. Well, thank you, Darkman, for the introduction. Thank you, Julian, for commentating with me. This is the best version of Aladdin, and the only version, right? But yeah. Anyway, I might be having a bit of a stretch here, saying this might be, considering the games we just played before this, definitely in the group of one of the most optimized on the schedule. So, without any further ado, I'll just go from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smurf.
Okay, so we are starting with this game, and the classic GDQ was run by Molotov, which he got 20 minutes. There are a big difference between his run and the run that's going to be performed by Joe. Like for example, as you can see on the screen, Joe skipped that live. It is because we're gonna be in the next future series. And a manipulation with the genie world that we just don't require to get in a lot of lives. So another thing that you're going to be compared with Molotov's run, Joe is going to be mashing the cave a lot of times. The reason is because every time that Aladdin is mashing the cave, it's going to be advancing 1 frame, which is a little bit faster, and it's going to be a lot of time that it's going to be saved at the end. Um, Joe's PB is 16 minutes with 11 seconds, which is the world record at this moment is by Le Hulk, which is 16 minutes and 5 seconds, if I remember correctly. So this one is really fast, as you can see on Abraham's stages. Joe's going to be jumping a lot of time and trying to mash his cave every single time, because as I mentioned, it's going to save a lot of time at the end of the stages. So in this particular stage, he's going to be not pressing the directions. So he's going to be doing winning the speed that is conserved by the municipalities. So at this moment, we're going to see the first boss of the game, which is this guy. So the strategy that Joe is using is going to be throwing the apples. The reason is because when you hit him, he's going to be performing an attack that is going to be continually without stopping. So when you throw the apple, he's going to be stop it, and then you can just try to hit him. So there we go. Now with the first stage completed, we are going to the second stage, which is the caverns. On cavern stage, we are going to be seeing some particular movements, like this one, for example. He took an intentional damage right there. It is because it is faster. And the idea with this game is when you get 100 gems, that is at the top right of the screen, you're going to get a refill of lives, and secondly, you're gonna win an extra heart, which is going to be really helpful on this game. So in this stage, we're going to be seeing one of the scariest gifts that it was found by Le Hulk a few months ago, which is going to be really hard. So let's see. Every single skip that he does in this stage, it saves like around 4 seconds. But if you miss the first one, for example, you lose 8 seconds. But if you lose the second one, oof.
Yeah, I went too early.
Yeah. Well, the first one only makes losing 8 seconds, but it's not really it's not really hard. The second one is most dangerous because it requires getting a second mandatory damage boost. And makes you losing around 20 seconds if you miss them. But it's okay. Yeah, in that one, for example, the lock it could be skipped if you jump to the lock and then just clip through through that lock. Okay, so that's easy at this moment. Well, there you go with the cameras. Cameras only have 2 stages. So now let's see the emblematic cutscene. Abu, no!
Infidels.
Infidels.
Yeah, so even though I died, it's actually not the worst thing, because
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing something pretty interesting with this run. So basically, Julian will explain a little more, but to put it short, I can take a death anytime after the first stage of Caverns, and basically it'll let me fight the last 2 bosses in a way that I can choose,
Yeah.
since they have certain patterns.
Yeah, like Joe mentioned it, the RNG moments that are based in this game that affects the final boss RNG are Abu, which is the monkey that is shared with Aladdin, and there's another guy that is on the palace too, which is what is called the Yago. So basically, every single time that Abu is moving in everything in all the stage in the 3 stages, it's going to be changing the RNG value of the 2 final bosses. So now that Joe took a death at the previous stages on covers, he's going to be able to manipulate him because the RNG value is going to be unstable in the same pattern. So if he does correctly on a specific thing that he has to do on Palace 2, the RNG of the 2 final bosses is going to be the best one, which is going to be helping doing the fastest strat for finishing that fight.
Yeah, normally I would take that death here in the auto scroller just simply because it's the most optimal. It takes less time, but you can technically take a death anywhere from the first stage of Caverns all the way to Palace 2, and you can still reset the RNG values to 0, and then as long as you throw a apple at a specific Yago in Palace 2, then fine.
That's right. The people that play this game as a child remember this stage as the hardest one because, well, everything that you hit, the rock or the lava that it is pursuing you, is going to one hit KO, basically.
Yeah, I've still died here sometimes.
Yeah.
It is.
It's really hard at the beginning surviving in this area. Honestly, I took many deaths in these places specifically. Oh yeah. Oh, but something that I almost forgot to mention. Do you notice that Joe has at this moment 2 apples? Now that it's finishing the lava stage, he's going to enter into the genie world, and he's going to try to do a setup with 2 apples that he has in order to not losing the moment of speed that he's doing, and then finally getting at least 20 apples, which is going to be really helping a lot in the next future stage. So he's going to be jumping right here, then clip this genie base, and that's it. And only 20 apples is needed for finishing the game because there are other areas. Oh, he got the frame perfect jump. That jump is really hard to get it. So now this is the reason why we have.
That happens. It's so weird with the swinging in this game. There's like a really small frame window where, like, at the peak of your swing, you can get like a boost out of your swing. That happens.
No, it's okay, man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you get to see the cloud pattern here.
Yeah. So as you saw, this junior in right here, as we saw, he has three different patterns that he throws the platforms. When he has 0 lives, as you see, he's going to be throwing only clouds, as you can see. Uh, when he had only 1 or 2 lives, the pattern that he was going to throw was basically mixing between clouds and cars and globes. And if you have more than 2 lives, the pattern that he could throw could be really hard for speedrunning. So that's why we avoid the first life that is at the beginning of the stage, or the beginning of the game. So in Genie 2, it is basically just a movement. There's no RNG moments at this area. We took this bottom side. It is just for getting that jump, which is really hard to get it. If you get that jump, you don't need to grab the ladder. So it's just for helping, just not losing a lot of time. So in Genie 3, Joe is going to be jumping over the tongues. The reason is for catching the cycles, because this level is based on cycles. So yeah, now we are going to enter into the second section of this area, which is these boxes. There's a specific place that there are 2 frame perfect jumps, like that one, for example. That's one, and that one is the second, but he didn't get it, but it's okay. Every single jump makes you winning at least 0.7 seconds, if I remember correctly, but if you miss one, you lose 1 second. So that's it. That's Genie World. One of the hardest worlds of the games for improving, honestly, on the speedrunning.
Yeah,
So
Genie's rough.
yeah. Now we are entering to stage 5, which is the pyramid. In this area we are going to be mashing the cape, and also we are going to be using the sand at the floor. It is because the sand of the floor is going to be pushing you backwards or forwards. The reason, the main thing that we want is getting the sands that are pushing us on forwards. Okay. So in the second stage, we are going to be seeing a really hard strat, which is jumping, jumping right here. Woo.
Yeah, Aladdin is
Yeah, this
overhyped. It gets super.
Oh wow.
I like to compare the movement mechanics of this game to, like, it's basically like playing Infinite Ice Worlds in Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're running and you try to turn the other way, like, you're gonna slide the other way. And then if you're in sand that's, like, pushing the current, kind of, that was good.
Yeah, this section is really hard to do it without taking damage. Honestly, it's one of the hardest ones. Yeah. Okay, well, now that Joe took a game over, he lost the cape, so the only way that he's going to get the cape back is on the palace, which is the final area. So he's going to be jumping this area really, really carefully.
Yeah. And then this is, like, of course, like, the hardest 2 stages without a cape.
Yeah.
I actually totally forgot, like, midway through that last stage that I'm not getting a cape until the beginning of the next one. Try to survive this with 1 health. See what I can do.
This area is really hard to do. When you're, for example, there's a category that we have in this game. Oof, this.
Yeah.
This is really,
I should have taken the intentional one there, because I pretty much know that's gonna happen.
Yeah, this is really hard to do it. This is really hard to do it. There's a category that we don't use the cape, which is called capeless. This section, honestly, is one of the hardest. Is one of the wrong killers that we have in that category.
See? Oh, that was close.
Oh Jesus! Oof. That was really close. So now with the hardest
There's a
boss, that's the hardest boss of the game. But yeah, that's it. That's the Pyramid War. Now we are entering to the final auto-scroller of the game, and one of the emblematic areas that we have in this game, which is the cave, the cave bonus that we have. So Joe is going to be trying to get as many gems as possible, and the reason is because he took an intentional at game over, but if he didn't take that game over at this moment, he should be able to refill his HP and also gain an extra heart. And for the final stage, he should be having at least minimum 67, if I remember correctly. The reason is because the main idea that we have is reaching to the final boss with with another 100 gems. So we can win an extra life and we can refill our HP. So for the final two bosses, what I don't remember, what I don't remember is if the RNG values are going to be stable, because that's something that I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot anyways, because why not? But the other thing with the gems, we do normally refill right before the final two bosses, but because of the game over, you're not gonna see it in this one, because I'm about, let's see, like 35-ish gems off, so I'll be able to deal with it though. It's not too bad either because of the snake fight that we do now. I think we always have an extra heart left over anyway, so it's pretty much just about getting through the palace stages.
Yeah. Now we are on the palace, which is the final area of the game.
That was funny. Oh,
now,
that was not fun.
Oh, that's the place. That's the only place that he can check the cave. So now we are going to speed run again. So in this area we are going to be doing a small click right here. That one, that is really good. And then we are going just finishing mashing the cave for finishing the stage. Now in this particular stage, that's the second RNG value that we're going to see. So Joe is going to throw an apple like that, and then just put that the RNG or the value of the final two bosses on the same. So hopefully, if everything is okay, because this is something new, the final two bosses are going to give him the best RNG. So
I'll see what these two patterns look like.
Yeah,
I might be able to tell. Let's see, that's good. Is there no spawn? No spawn. Okay, I think I got it. So I think we will see the
best RNG. Yeah, in this stage with the fire, this particular stage is based on cycles. So Joe is going to, with this one health, it's going to be really hard. So it's going to be checking this less risky.
Yeah, fortunately I'll be good now, I think. Alright.
Now let's see the RNG of the Jafar.
Getting that bread chest should be... Yeah, let's see. Bang!
Yes. Well, this boss, this Jafar, has two different. Well, it has three different attacks. That one that he did, that's the one that we wanted, because that's the quick kill that we wanted to perform, and that's it.
Yeah, it's cool. It still works. And yeah, for the snake here, the attack he's gonna do, he's gonna lunge at me. He throws his first set of eggs. So I'll know that too. That'll be much better than the other pattern. Time will be on the 8th hit.
for this fight of where the Snake Jafar fight, we're going to be doing a recently strat that was done by a speedrunner that is called Poke Phantom. So it's going to be taking some intentional damage like this one, and then this escape movement right here.
I think one more. Done? Yep, done.
Yep, that's all. That's it.
1907 was your final time.
GG's.
Yeah, that was really
That's
good.
actually fine considering I, kind of game overed and did part of the run capeless.
Yeah, that was really, really hard to do. Honestly, this game is one of the most optimized speedruns games on the SNES. It's really hard to performing a record at this point because, well, the world record has almost everything. There's only one small mistake, but it only makes you losing less than 1 second, which is really sick.
All right. Well, Joe, Julian, thank you so much for playing and commentating. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you very much, Darkman, for hosting us, and thank you, Julian, for commentating with me.
No, my pleasure, man. Thanks a lot, everyone. Let's go with Lion King, which is the next one. Okay, that's awesome. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks a lot, AGDQ staff.
Yeah, and thank you real quick to the original CGDQ runner of the Small Tov and the original runners of everything in this marathon, because of course you guys helped, pioneer what we've got today. So thank you guys, whoever's around, whoever's not around.
All right. Well, thank you, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes with the link.
Thank you guys, rolling out.